Hey everybody, AcedTyler here. Welcome back to Let's Play Rayman 2: The Great Escape. In this episode, we are going to enter the top of the world. And then we're going to see this cutscene of this gorilla pirate just doing this for no reason. Basically showing off what this level is basically going to be about, well, at least for the first section. And I gotta say, this one's going to be very frustrating. It's actually the one level that not a lot of people like. Okay, then just pointless cutscene of this the gorilla. Yeah, he's not gonna last long. It's just first let's get him out of the way because well they just decided to split him for no reason. But yeah, so for this first section, once we go on this well, once Fastme finally goes on the chair, and then what happens? We're gonna be hitching a ride. So for this one, as you go along, you're basically on this rail, and this one here is where you can actually do a. It does a full-on 360-degree turn, where you can just steer around like that as you just go along. Here's the most frustrating part, though. Not only do you want to watch out for the obstacles that go along your way, but especially like if you want to go for all the lums, you have to make sure you keep your eyes wide open for any of the incoming lums, because there's just no stopping this thing. Because you go on there, and it automatically just you automatically just right through, and you're only controlled just by turning it around. And so you have to make perfectly sure that you pay close attention to where the lums are. And then if you miss one, then well, you might as well just go ahead and just hit a wall, and then just have to restart from the beginning. Until you've hit a checkpoint. Yeah, that's actually probably the one downside about those checkpoints, is that if you miss any of those lums, and then you hit that checkpoint, well, sad to say you're gonna have to reload the game, because from what I found out on the when I was on the pause menu, you can't leave these worlds until you've either exited from the beginning, or actually until after you get the checkpoint. You have to go through the level, and then you get to the end of the level too, or otherwise you have to load up your like if you want to recollect those lums, you would have to just reload the file, and then well, just load the game, and then just have to start from the beginning. That's actually the one thing I think the N64 version, the one problem about this version is that it has, I don't know if this is fixed in later versions, but I think it must be in particular the N64 version where you'd have to load the game. You can't really leave this world from the pause menu. You just have to load the game. That's actually the only way. And there's actually something that's very noticeable at the once we get to the end of the game, or the final level. And this is actually where it comes to a problem. Actually, something else about it, which we'll get to later on. But yeah, that's actually the one section, like, the chair riding segment, where just pay close attention to where the lums are, and make sure you get all of those. And if you miss one, then just hit you also have to hit those obstacles. And so that's actually what I had to do, because I kept on missing those lums. And because it's very easy for the chair to go fast, and you could very easily bypass those lums. So if you actually do, then you can just go back to it, or just hit the obstacle, then go back to it, and then you just try to remember where that lump was. That way you can just turn, and then collect that lump that you missed. But yeah, just make sure you don't just hit the obstacles before you get to the green lumps, of course, because otherwise you'd have to start the whole thing all over again if you ever wanted to do a 100% completion for this game. And for this second section, then is actually where you can just go walk around freely, and you're going to be encountering those barrel pirates, and because those things are a pain in the ass to come around, or just trying to attack. Then yeah, this world actually has two pirate cages, but the last pirate cage doesn't really have the teensy in it. The teensy is actually located somewhere else, but what you're going to want to do first is that there's going to be about, like, I would say 3 barrel pirates. You're going to want to make sure to hit those barrel pirates first, because from what I found out, and I think this only applies to the N64 version, that there's this glitch or some kind of bug where if you don't kill all the barrel pirates, the teensy will not appear at all. And so therefore, it actually kind of makes it. I don't know if it'll appear after you kill the barrel pirates, or just it never appears even after you do so, because that makes it unwinnable by design. So yeah, that's probably what it is for that one bug that this version has. Which, again, like I said, I don't know if it's fixed in later versions of the game. But yeah, that's But yeah, that's actually a couple problems about this. But yeah, aside from the first segment where you know the chair riding sequence where you had to oh there's another one right there. Where just just make sure you get all the lumps. Just make sure you collect them all because because like they're not in their very own set order is what it is. So yeah, that's actually where it tends to be a bit dickish with the lump placements, especially with how fast that the chair riding goes. Because there's actually just like no way to slow it down. It's just it controls it all for you. And so there's that second fire gauge, and now we have 60 fire gauges. Cool. And another health upgrade for us. And so, yeah, like I said, that Teensy's actually located elsewhere. And also, the lums are going to be on the very top of those crates, so, yeah, you want to make sure you go all around those what the hell am I... Rooms? God damn, it's swinging so fast, I'm starting to get these brain farts. So, yeah, just make sure you climb on top of those crates, because that's where those lums would be. So that way there, you just want to collect them all. I actually found out that since this is one of those levels that not a lot of people like very much because of its design and also because of that bug, this level doesn't really appear very much. Like I think it was actually omitted in both the PS1 and PS2 versions. Well, you know, PS1 version obviously, because of how limited the structure of that port is, and because of how short it is and how it has a reputation of having the level shorter and removing some levels. So yeah, this is actually one of those levels where it was completely omitted in the PS1 version because of having a safe space. And as is the case of Rayman Revolution for the PS2, this level actually does get removed, but also replaced by an entirely different level, and I guess an original level for for Revolution, which I can't remember what it was, but that's actually what it was. Just like replacing a level. And yeah, I'm actually backtracking here because that was actually the reason for what I found out, because I had to kill those barrel pirates first before I get to the Teensy. Come to think of it, when I was trying to memorize what lums there were when I was looking at the PC version walkthrough, I think that bug was omitted in the PC version. Because, even though it was released, right after the N64 version, then I think they somehow must have omitted that bug. I'm sure they actually did in the Dreamcast version, considering that it's considering that pretty much a lot of the issues from the N64 version were addressed. As a matter of fact, from what I've heard, I would say that I've heard that Michel Ancel actually favors the Dreamcast version most of all because like he actually did say that it was probably the most kind of definitive and how much of a masterpiece it was. And so I would say it's actually easy to see, right? Yes, that's where that Teensy is. Now the thing with this Teensy here is that you actually have to walk with this Teensy because as a matter of fact, the end goal for in this level, it's actually located in a very far away room because normally the Teensy would appear in close to where the end goal is, and so it's a short walk. In this case, however, because of how far away the end goal is from the Teensy, you actually have to make sure you walk with the Teensy, and basically escorting it because if the Teensy goes far away from you, then he'll just make those noises like signaling you to come over closer to him. But of course, if you go far away from him, then he actually will follow you. He actually stop and he'll keep calling for you to come back over to him. So yeah, you have to make sure you walk with him over to the end goal. And I guess just as long as all those barrel pirates are destroyed, because that's what I had to do first. So yeah, I don't know why. I'm not sure if it was intentional. I mean, or if actually it was a bug in which he wouldn't appear at all. I'm not even sure. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that probably might be what it is. That's actually what I found out. And so here's the end goal. Not to worry though, the Teensy doesn't really walk very slow though, so I mean, you can actually still be able to catch up with him. Just don't go far away from him, because apparently Rayman's walk speed or running speed is actually much faster. And so that is it for Top of the World. I mean, thankfully it's not really that long of a level, but it's definitely it's kind of one of the more, one of the more dickish levels, especially if you're going after all those, all the lums. Speaking of dickish level design, Sanctuary of Rock and Lava. Now, I mean, it's not really as tedious as Sanctuary of Stone and Fire is, but Rock and Lava, however, Yeah, I remember how much of a struggle I had to go through, but more on that once we actually get to this level. And next time, let's play Rayman 2. So, until next time, folks, see you guys later.